Reefer James here. How's everybody doing? It's been quite a while since I've put out a video. Been too long. I know I promised you guys a lot sooner, but as always, you know, there's things that come up. I've started a new job and I've been busy. Really haven't done much this summer. I've neglected to clean my tops for the last few months. 2 months maybe. You can see they're dusty and got salt creep. I've taken out the dividers. They were splitting on me. The flexible part that the tops, you know, when you lift it up, it pivots. Those plastic strips, they get old and they crack. And you know what? Even though there's salt creep you can see on top of there in the cracks without the strips, it took a while before that salt creep came up through the cracks of the glass. It was actually quite nice to go without the strips. Live and learn. I do have a flat panel for the right side of my 120 display with my big fish here in it. It's over behind me. I have it off because my octopus BP-2000 classic skimmer, the humongous skimmer on the side of my tank that you can see there, or can you? It's all cleaned up now and it's filled with water partially. It's real big. I think you can still buy these. I paid about $275 for this baby. It's all cleaned up, and what happened, the bubble performance started to slow down. It is like the pump maybe the impeller wasn't turning enough, or something was clogged somewhere. Maybe this little venturi port for the air hose, maybe that was starting to get swelled up inside with calcium carbonate. So I've cleaned everything with white vinegar. You can go to the grocery store and get generic white vinegar by the gallon. It's a lot cheaper, guys. And I took everything apart, every little piece, impeller out, motor apart, all the piping apart, soaked everything in a 5-gallon pail of filled with white vinegar for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. It was in there for a while. I took all the clear O-rings for the piping and stuff out. I didn't want that to get affected by the vinegar. The vinegar will affect it if you leave the rubber pieces in there, silicone pieces in there too long. Just a words of wisdom, don't leave them in there too long. Take them out right away. Wash them with hot water. Beautiful skimmer. I love it. It's an awesome skimmer, and it works really well. I empty the cup about once a week. Big ass cup. It's hard to see, isn't it, guys, because it's acrylic. I'm about to fire it up. I filled it up to here with water. Right here. You can't hardly see my finger because of the blue light. Well, maybe I should turn the blues off. I don't know if you'll see it better. Let me see. Let's see if I can turn the blues off, guys. There we go. I don't know if you can. It's not really too much better, is it? It's like my camera picks up the blue light from my daylight. I do have these lights. They're real expensive. New lights. I got rid of the VS50 reef breeders. It wasn't doing nothing, guys. I really didn't like it. I sold it. The fans never came on. I don't know if it just never got hot enough for the fans to come on. I had 4 or 5 fans that never ran. All the LEDs worked, and it was a beautiful light, but every time there was a power outage, I had to reset all the settings, the intensities for each Kelvin or each color. It was a pain in the ass. I sold it. And these are, forget the name. I don't have my glasses. Let me see if I can get up close here and look. Jeez, I'm blind. That aggravates me. Oh, it's Q something. Anyway, I'll get back to you guys on that. I just can't see right now without my glasses. That's a bitch. I hate that. Just another thing of when you get old. Let me go in the jam room here and get my reading glasses, because I'm not gonna. This is just bullshit. Well, James, you shouldn't have started your video without your reading glasses. I know. Let me get them. Yes, I am drying my laundry down here as we speak. Electric in the summertime is phenomenal here. My bill's about $260 to $230. Now this light went off, my display tank. I wanted to show you guys this shit. The 90's doing really well. Look at my plates, how big they got, guys. Actually, I want to turn on, let's see. Can I turn on this other light? This one. Where's the switch? There it is. Huh? Let's see here. There we go. And the switch. Why won't it come on? Let's see. There we go. Okay, guys. Look at my branching hammer is doing phenomenal. Look how it's come back from 1 or 2 little polyps to 200-300 polyps. And my Duncans, look at they're sprouting again. The trumpet corals, the candy canes are doing great. One even dropped down to the bottom there, is growing on the bottom. You see it? But although my nicest coral, my frog hammer is receding, guys. I've lost a few big heads. It's like, damn, I don't know what the hell's going on. My Duncans were dying. My frog hammer was doing great. And now that my frog hammer is doing bad, my Duncans are coming back. Go figure. Star polyps are okay. Mushrooms everywhere. I got to keep up on everything. The trigger tank's doing great. He's hiding behind the rocks. This is the time when the lights start going off. So, getting back to these lights, let me see. Let me read. These are Orphics. That's a weird name, guys, isn't it? Orphics. Orphic. It's an Orphic. And these are the long ones, guys. These were quite expensive. I've got the totally Pacific blue, and then I've got the daylight one. They're both about $400 each, I believe, or close to it. These are the 36-inch long ones, I believe, or yeah, I think they're 36. Again, I've got the Pacific blue and the daylight. Those were expensive, guys. Eco Rays. I've had them for a while now, guys, and they're still kicking ass. No burnt LEDs, although I do have to open up the cases and lubricate the fans or replace the fans once in a while. I have to do that as we speak. A little cyana in the trigger tank. I don't think, I think it's from me not cleaning the scrubber screens on time. Bandit, don't bite my arm. This is my new animal, my new cat, Bandit. How you doing? Say hello. He's such a good cat. He's awesome. Just me and Bandit now. Reefer Mary passed away a couple years ago. I know I've mentioned it a few times. Look at the glisten from the Orphix. The Orphix. I don't know, guys. I haven't really been doing too much maintenance. The charcoal canisters for the Magnums, I have 3 Magnum Hot 250s now. I've been monopolizing on all the parts on eBay. I've been scarfing up on them, man. I gotta have backup. So I have these 2 running activated charcoal. I actually shouldn't be running that on this tank, though. My Corn Angel, his hole in the head, it don't look like it's getting any better. I'm gonna take that charcoal off soon. You know what? But I'm just gonna turn it off. The water's still quite, if you look through it long ways, it's got a tint of yellowish green. I just need to keep up on the water changes instead of running carbon. There is a debate about activated carbon lowering the immunity of purple tangs and corn angelfish, angelfish in general. You can see he's got 2 big craters. It looks like they're getting bigger now that I've been watching them now tonight. I haven't really been paying attention. My fault. I will try giving some Celcon and more sponge cubes with his diet. They eat sponge naturally, and maybe changing the Miracle Mud. I do have 10 pounds here. I need to buy 10 more. I've got this tray, this acrylic tray down here. It's got 3 chambers. I'm going to use that. I'm going to take the Miracle Mud out of the middle of the ruby sump. And I made this acrylic one to fit down in the ruby sump exactly. And I'm going to fill it all 3 chambers up with Miracle Mud. And so the story goes, once their immunity gets lowered by running activated charcoal, activated charcoal supposedly removes the trace elements, is what they say. And then the fish's immunity gets lowered. So then they're susceptible to lateral line disease, which is also called hole in the head disease. But he's doing all right. It's just something that I have to work towards. It's been a battle through the years. The green recordias are doing great. They're monstrous. Everything's doing pretty good in this tank. There is some green algae starting to come in. It's my fault. I gotta show you the scrubber screens. They're in need of a dire cleaning. Although I am able to get green now. Dark, luscious green on the screens, guys. I haven't cleaned them, as you can see. This one on the trigger tank was burning before. It was yellow right here where the lights were shining. And I lowered the hourage of the light. So if you get yellow on your screens, it looks like it's burning bright yellow. The algae starts to turn yellow. You're running too much light hourage, and you're not feeding enough. You got to have the nutrients for the algae to eat. If you're not having enough nutrients and you're overshooting the light hourage, there's no sense in running high hourages more than 16 hours a night if you don't have enough nutrients to take out of the water. So, if you only have 1 fish like I do in the trigger tank, you feed him every day a certain amount, enough to keep the algae green. And if the algae's not green, if it's turning yellow, like I said, if the screens are turning yellow, there's 2 screens here, you lower the light hourage. So right now, let me look here. I'm running, I can tell you, program 8:30 to 5:30. Okay? So that's 8:30 to 8:30 is 12, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, let's see, 8:30 to 5:30. No, that's it's lower than 12 actually. 8:30 to 5:30. Let me look again. 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. So yeah, so 8:30, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's only 12 hours. 12 and a half hours. Most algae scrubber people will tell you to run your scrubber 18 hours, but that's not necessarily so. You have to know how much food load and how much waste that your system needs to remove. If you have a ton of waste, like you can see on my display tank, I have fish and everything pooping and peeing all the time. I only got one fish in the trigger. You lower your food, but you still feed constantly every day, but you keep lowering your food and lowering your light hours until you start getting dark green, bright, darkish green algae. The brighter the green, the better, as far as I'm concerned, but dark green is good. This is good here. You don't want it black. Now, it's almost black, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe I have to feed a little more, or maybe just raise up the lights just a little bit on the hourage. I don't know. I'm still kind of experimenting, but it's working. And then this is ridiculous. This is all dark green. You can see the green pigment. Getting back to the hang on the back skimmer. So I've cleaned it, and a lot of what I wanted to talk about today, the key factors, what I wanted to talk about is cleaning equipment like the skimmer. This is what I wanted to talk about. Besides briefing you about what's been happening with the tanks and this and that, cleaning your equipment. So the scrubber, it got really dirty on the inside. I had little stalactites, calcium sticks like growing on the inside. You can see a little bit here where I couldn't reach properly. I didn't have enough. I didn't have a big cleaning bristle brush to bend to get up in here on the bottom to scrape that clean. But I'll do it next time. But I just soaked it in vinegar, and then I got my hand down in there with a rag and kind of cleaned it. I cleaned up all the pipes. And when I put everything back together, I used a little bit of silicone lube, O-ring lube, clear silicone O-ring lube on the O-rings. Make sure, fill it with water. Don't turn it on yet. Make sure that it's not leaking anywhere. Put your hand underneath the pump motor. I don't see nothing dripping. Okay, we're going to turn it on now, guys. I'm going to plug it in. Here are these wires. Okay. Kaboom! Come on. Siphon out the air. Let me help get a little suction on the hose. There it goes. Wow. What a difference. What a difference, guys. It'll find its own level. Beautiful. Massive bubbles. I hope it stays that way. It was like it was getting unprimed or something before. Awesome. There is a foam piece now I left upstairs. It's cut out for this square hole here. The water will raise up as the bubbles, and the water will trickle back from the cup through a little hole here on the side. You see the little hole? I don't know if you guys can see that round little hole in there below that black. Yeah, right there. Right there. Below the black knob. The water will trickle. It'll come up to here and trickle back in, but the bubbles will continue to go up the middle column and then overflow into the square cup. But that's awesome, guys. That's a lot of bubbles there. Now I can't believe, so I haven't ran a skimmer in like 5 days. You think there'd be a lot of organics in the tank, and you think that the bubbles would come up. But actually it's still quite low. I'm thinking it's just the skimmer is clean, you know. It's been cleaned. It's going to take a while maybe, unless maybe having this open makes a difference. I don't know. I doubt it. I cut my own out of filter media, pink. I thought that looked cool. The black one that they gave, I tried cleaning it with bleach and it came apart on me. So I had a little bit of some filters, you know, some aquarium filter media. It's like a pink filter fiber. No white on the other side. And then I have the blue and white stuff that you can get at the pet stores. You guys have seen that before. You can buy it in bulk. And it works well. And you just cut out a piece and it keeps the bubbles from the water return back into the tank from causing you know, salt creep all over the opening here. Once I lay my glass piece in here, it's going to come up to these pipes, but there'll be about a 2-inch opening. And salt creep likes to get up in here if you don't have the proper media to disperse all those bubbles in the water that are coming up. See them underneath? Yeah. But that's okay. I've had these fish for quite a while now. I moved in this house in 07. Me and Mary bought this house together. And by 2008, I had this tank going upstairs in the living room. And at that time, I had bought the Corin, I bought the sailfin, and I don't know, I think I bought the Clarky Clown a little later, but I had also bought these I bought two blue, yellow-tailed blue damsels. They call them blue demons. Yellow-tailed damsel. One of his side pectoral fins is gone. But I had two of them, and the other one died a long time ago. This little blue damsel is my oldest fish, guys. From 2008. Okay? He's 15 years old. Can you believe that? 15 years old. A little blue damsel, and he eats. He gets right in here with these big fish, and he eats right alongside them. He's not afraid. And the Clarky Clown, he's still around. As you can see, guys, I'm still at it. You know, I've been through a lot. My father passed in 2019. Mary passed here at the house. She had blockage in her artery. She collapsed. There was nothing I could do. She was gone quicker than crap. I got to her just minutes after she had passed on the bed. And I've been struggling. I went through a couple jobs. But one thing that I've never given up, guys, is this damn hobby. You see, I'm still at it, full force. The scrubbers are still working. It might not look glamorous with my laundry hanging down here and shit. You know, I'm trying to save on electric. I have a front loader dryer over there, LG, no problem. But I save electric wherever I can. It's supposed to be in the 90s tomorrow. Today is August 23rd now, I believe. Or 24th. No, Friday's the 25th. Today is Wednesday, the 23rd. August 23rd, 2023. It's going on 2 a.m. in the morning. And I wanted to put this video out for you guys to see. Cleaning your equipment is everything. So As you can see how nice it looks now again, and it'll run for probably another 2 or 3 years before I have to, well, at least a year or two. Hell, it's been running for a few years. I haven't taken it off in 2 years, I think, to even clean it. And it's been running. This one down here I got to keep an eye on. Yeah, I gotta switch the cup out on that one. That ASM, All Seas Marine. I'll be taking that one out soon too, guys, and cleaning it. It's been a while. It's just like Eddie Van Halen said. There's a little clip on YouTube. I don't know if you guys have seen it. He's talking about how to never give up playing, man. He goes, keep playing, man. Keep playing. It's music. What else is there? Just keep playing, man. If you don't, I'm going to come looking for you. That's what he said. And, you know, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, keep reefing, man. Don't give up the hobby. You know, I mean, unless you drifting from another hobby to another hobby. I have some friends who have other hobbies. I have another hobby. I like to play guitar. I don't usually have time to play guitar because I'm always doing something down here, but you know, it's circumstance too. If you know, I have friends that have switched hobbies. They got rid of their tanks. I'm not going to mention any names. It's okay, man. More power to you. If you know, you don't have time for reefing no more, you got tired of spending the money, well, for whatever reason, your desire for another hobby came along. And I understand. But it's hard for me to give up. I'm a little different. I mean, these fish are like my kids. It's like, who do I sell them to? My Corn Angel, for crying out loud, his left eye is gone. He can't see. He moves it, but he can't see. He lost it years back. He's got a hole in the head. I believe I can get him back to good health. The sail fan's in good shape. Clarky Clown, and you saw the blue damsel. And my triggerfish is good. He's doing great. And who am I going to sell all this shit to? Take a chance and sell it to somebody who really doesn't know what they're doing? He might lose these fish. Stress them out and lose them. I don't want that to happen. So I'm hanging in there. I'm not tossing in the towel. I've come close a lot of times of giving up the hobby. I have. My fish aren't dying. I'm doing something right. My corals, most of my corals are thriving. There's exchanges. The frog hammer's not doing so good. My Duncans are coming back. My branching hammer is doing great. It's hard to raise those things. Star polyps. Some people can't raise them in their tanks. I'm still at it, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Clean your equipment. Use white vinegar. The heat. It's the heat from the pump. Light exposure, which causes calcium carbonate to grow in your impellers and stuff. My DC drives, I'll be taking them out one by one and soaking them in vinegar too. They're due, man. I don't know how they're still working, but they are. I'm taking a chance. I've got 1, 2, 3. You know, the skimmer motor, that's 4 underneath the trigger tank. The 90 doesn't have nothing. It's being run by the trigger tank. And I have 2 for the display tank. And you got to keep up on that. You got to keep that calcium carbonate from growing, stopping your pumps, burning up your pumps. Now, the water level just keeps dropping in this thing. I don't know. It probably has to run for a while. I haven't done anything wrong. I can't believe the organics isn't climbing yet. I wonder if I push the cup down. Will it raise the water level? I doubt it. No, that water level's staying right where it's at. I had to push it down a little bit anyway. I think that was a little too extreme. I don't want to suck out that many phosphates out of my tank and organics. I want to leave some for the scrubbers. We'll see how it works here. I'll be monitoring it daily so that it don't overfill all of a sudden on me. Okay, hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you've learned something. If it's, you know, if it's only just about cleaning your equipment, we can get lazy. It only, you know, it doesn't take long to clean with white vinegar. The stuff works really fast. I didn't have to wait 4 or 5 days. I could have cleaned it in 1 day of soaking. It works really well. Make sure nothing leaks. Don't break no parts. Clean your impeller real good. Looks like new. Classic 2000. Hang on the back. Where does it say that? Black letters, right? Yeah, you can't see it from the camera. It's right there. There it is. Classic 2000. Hang on the back. Octo. Enhancing life. Says Octo. Enhancing life. We are enhancing life. Remember these sea storms, guys? Look at this. I've converted it into where I can hang it on the back and run a power head. You fill it with quartz sand, and it's a sand filter, and it just kind of rolls in here. It's really cool. You most likely would run it on a freshwater system. You wouldn't really run it on a marine system, but I don't know. Why couldn't you? I think that would be really good to build up your bacterial load in the marine tank. Would be awesome. I don't know if I'll ever use it again. Maybe. It's real old. You can't buy them no more. I know that. I don't think so. Not selling it. It's one of these rare relics. We've got quite a few things under here. Magnum 300, a working one. There's my third Magnum Hot 250 right here. Got a 9 Mini GASM. We got a classic Berlin skimmer there. I might be selling a few things. Okay, I'm rambling and gotta go. Gotta work tomorrow. It's gonna be really hot, near 100. Near Chicago, Illinois. 100 degrees almost. It should be like 96 tomorrow, they say. Good thing I work in a food place where it's air conditioned. They've been trying to make us stay out in this real cold department where they've brought in some new x-ray machines and new equipment and forcing us to stay out there all day freezing in case something goes wrong, which tomorrow I might not mind so much. It's your feet start to get numb and it's just, geez, you got to leave. But we're doing our best. But like tomorrow, it's like, geez, we'll probably be glad to stay in there. Probably can't get us out of there. Still at it. Reefer James here. Take care. Keep at it, man. Keep at it. It's reefing. What else is there? You gotta keep reefing, man. If you don't, I'm gonna come looking for you. Words from Eddie Van Halen. Keep playing, man. Keep playing. Sure miss that guy. This is Reefer James. Hope you've enjoyed the video. We'll see you when I can make another one. Don't know when that'll be. I'll be monitoring the skimmer to make sure that the water level, bubble level comes back up. I'm pretty sure it's from cleaning it, because you know how it is when you clean a filter. It takes a while, like like skimmers do. When you clean a skimmer, it usually takes a while. Same thing like with a biopellet reactor. It takes a while before they break in. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you can, please. And click like, subscribe. Hopefully I'll have something else to show you next time. Hopefully I can get rid of this cyana a little bit in the trigger tank. I think I just need to do a water change and suck it out, give it a little help. It's on this side of the tank. I don't know what's going on. I'm thinking that the current is bringing the waste over here, maybe to the corner. The 90. It's looking good, isn't it? Take care. We'll see you next time. God bless. Let it roll.